Today, I'll talk to you about prospect. Never take your prospect for granted. Sometimes the biggest doors in your life won't come with flashing lights and fancy titles. They come in form of a simple conversations on the staircase. Let me take you back. Many years ago, right after I graduated from the University of Ilorin in Nigeria and completed my NYC in Kebbi State. NYC in Nigeria is the 1 year compulsory, national youth service that every graduate is meant to undertake. I was full of dreams, but didn't have a clear roadmap for the future. So I packed my bags, and moved to Lagos, chasing one thing only, opportunity. To me, Lagos represented a new beginning, a city where anything could happen. A place of better job prospects, bigger dreams, and a chance to build something meaningful with my life. I started off teaching maths and physics, A-level SAT classes to students preparing to study abroad. It wasn't glamorous, nothing fancy, nothing big, but it was honest work, and it kept me going. So around that time, I began attending a Redeemed Christian church. And on Saturdays, they ran a Bible study session. I made it a habit to attend. One Saturday, while walking up the stairs, I noticed a modest-looking man, carrying few things. Nothing flashy, just a simple guy. Without thinking much of it, I offered to help him carry his things. And right there, a conversation started. Nothing deep, just genuine, respectful, and kind. What happened next, I will never forget. He paused and he asked me, "So what do you do?" I told him I just finished university and I was job hunting. He asked what I studied. I said physics, and I graduated with a second-class upper. His face lit up. Then he smiled and handed me his card and said, "Send me your resume." I was stunned. It turns out this quiet, humble man was actually a top HR executive at one of the top banks in Nigeria. He didn't look like it. He didn't act like it. But that one act of kindness, helping someone on the stairs, turned into a life-changing connection for me. Personally pushed my CV through internally. And although I eventually didn't accept the offer because I got something else, I went to a different bank, he continued to mentor me. Today, I still have his number on my phone. He's a big boy now, and of course, each time I look at his LinkedIn profile, I always feel inspired. He's a good man. Why am I telling you this story? Here's the truth. We are conditioned to chase the big wins, the glamorous opportunity, the high-profile people. We judge a person by their title, a room by its size, a message by its views, a platform by its popularity. And in doing so, we miss out on the real gold. You never know who someone really is. You never know what opportunity might come dressed in overall, carrying boxes, or showing up as a casual message. The danger? When you take the prospect for granted, whether it's a connection, a client, a chance to serve, you may be stepping over your next breakthrough. But it is deeper than just external prospect. Sometimes the prospect we take for granted is ourselves. We show up to opportunities half prepared, thinking this doesn't really matter. We downplay our ideas, our gifts, our value, because we assume the moment is too small to be worth our best. But here is the hard truth. If you can't treat small prospect with excellence, you are not ready for big ones. If you can't treat small prospect with excellence, you are not ready for big ones. Yes, you heard me. If you cannot treat small prospect with excellence, then you are not ready for big ones. You see, a prospect isn't just someone who you can buy from, hire you, or promote you. A prospect is anyone that represents a possible pathway to your next season, your next level. And here is the truth. How you treat people when you think they can't help you often determines whether you ever find out that they can help you. So what is the mindset shift? Never underestimate the power of one kind word. a respectful gesture, a curious question, a genuine introduction. Opportunities are not always announced, they are often disguised. In my case, I wasn't dressed up. I wasn't at a networking event. I was just being polite on the stairs of a church building. And that moment became a pivot in my career story. You treat every prospect like it is the one that could change everything. Whether it's in a conversation with one person, a video with 10 views, a meeting with someone that doesn't look important, a volunteer opportunity, or a personal project with no immediate reward. You show up prepared, present, purposeful, and here is the principle I live by. I call it the one person rule. If just one person shows up, treat them like they are the one holding your next breakthrough, because you never know who is watching your content in silence. Your name might come up with in a closed door meeting. Seed today might become the tree that shades your future. Don't let smallness fool you into laziness. This moment looks small at the time, but the way you show up in small moments reveal the kind of future you're preparing for. God doesn't test us with success. He tests us with seeds. Yes, God doesn't test us with success. He tests us with seeds. If you dishonor the seed, you will never see the harvest. I want you to reflect. What have you been overlooking lately? What have you been dismissing because they don't look important? What platform have you been treating casually because it is not big enough yet? Maybe it's your YouTube channel. Maybe it's that one follower who is always commenting. Or maybe it's your own gift. Yes, maybe it's your own gift sitting dormant, waiting to be activated. The prospect you take for granted might be the one that shifts your entire future. Let me tell you 4 ways you can stop taking your prospect for granted. Number 1, assume every encounter matters. Yes, assume every encounter matters and they are important. Never underestimate anyone. The person you meet today might not have the title or the status you're looking for, but they might hold the key to your next breakthrough. No one is just a cleaner, just an usher, or just a receptionist. Treat every person with dignity, because every human interaction is a seed. You heard me? Every human interaction is a seed. You never know which seed will grow into the biggest opportunity. Number 2, stay prepared always. Let me say it clearly. Opportunity rarely gives you the heads up. You don't get the time to go and prepare. Once the door is open, the people who are already prepared that walk through. Keep your CV updated. Polish your portfolio. Be able to speak clearly about what you do and what you bring to the table. Because when preparation meets opportunity, it looks a lot like luck, but it's not luck. It is readiness. Number 3, follow up with intention. Let's be real. How many of us has collected a business card and said, I will message them soon, and never did? If someone gives you their contact, don't delay. Reach out to them. Share a little about yourself. Stay on their radar. You never know what doors could open because you followed up when others don't. Number 4, add value first. Prospects are not people to use. They are people to serve, support, and build with. You want to stand out in a world full of takers. Be a giver first. Offer help. Share a resource. Encourage someone. People remember kindness more than resume. When the time comes to open the door for someone, you will be the one they think of. So this week, pick up one prospect you have been ignoring, underestimating, and show up for it with full excellence. That unread message, respond. That meeting, prepare for it like you're going for a TED Talk show. That video idea you have been sitting on, fill it with passion. If you think only 10 people will see it, then come back here and tell me how it went in the comments. I want to hear your story. I want to see you win, because winning doesn't start when you go viral. It starts when you go intentional. You heard me? Winning doesn't start when you go viral, but when you go intentional. This story inspired you. Please like, subscribe, and share. This channel is for people who are building something real. We grow with purpose on purpose. Never take prospect for granted, because The smallest doors often lead to the bigger rooms. God bless you and see you at the top.